I'm gonna do a quick intro and then we're just doing it. All right, guys, and then we're just doing it. Hey guys, Zen here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm gonna be sharing with you 5 EX Pokemon custom cards that I made that I think might be coming to the mini set at the end of the month in like 10 days, which I'm extremely excited about. Now, as you can see, this is actually a live stream, so a lot of people are going to be seeing this for the first time, reacting to it. So I'll be going a little bit back and forth as I share these cards. Right now, to the side of us right here, we have Lance, a supporter card. I'm just showing this card as it's one of the first custom cards that I created here on the channel because this is an ongoing series that I do pretty much before a new set. This was before the mini set. Before a new set comes out, I like to speculate, right? So if you like this type of video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that, let us hop into the first EX Pokemon I think we might be getting. And I know you guys might agree, and that is my boy Torterra EX, baby. Now, I tried to base these cards off of some logical things, right? I'll explain my reasoning. Okay, we have 2 moves and only one of the moves has text. The HP is 180, which is symbolic of something of a stage 2 Pokemon. Okay, it has 2 moves. The first one is Razor Leaf, which its pre-evolution Grottle can do. Nothing crazy. And then we have Wood Hammer. Okay, Wood Hammer deals 150, you guys. This Pokemon deals 150, but also damage itself for 50 damage, kind of like Golem. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's not great. I just want to say one thing. You guys remember Erica? Yeah, Erica pretty much says, no, we deal 150 every turn with no problems. Now, I was thinking maybe we should have it as the move, as its space-time smackdown move that says Frenzy Plant, and it can't attack the following turn. However, that's a different set. And just like the Mythical Island, how we got a Pidgeot EX and we had a Pidgeot in Genetic Apex, those were 2 separate Pokemon. They had their own abilities. They had their own like moves. They weren't the same. They were just the same Pokemon, but one was an EX. So I think if this is going to come out in a mini set, it's going to be entirely different moves with different effects. But yeah, you throw something like this with Erica and crazy things start to happen. What do you guys think? Let me see real quick. Why not just play Mewtwo and deal 150? Well, because Mewtwo discards 2 energy, right? And Woodhammer here doesn't discard any energy. You deal 150 and you take 50 back. However, if you have Erica, you're right back up there and you could deal another 150 to their face. This is crazy. Oh, dude, I wasn't even thinking. Torterra Superior would be actually kind of cracked. It is a better Golem only because of Erica. Golem's only existing because of Brock. Torterra EX Shaymin deck incoming. You know it. Honestly, baby kind of cooks a little bit. So that is Torterra EX, guys. What do we think? Let me know in the comments real quick down below. Also, you guys in chat, are we fans of Torterra EX? Or do we want to check out the next Pokemon that we all wanted in EX4, but we just didn't get? I think it's time for Empoleon EX. Another 180 because it is a stage 2. 2 moves, Surf for 40. It's a water energy and a colorless energy. And then it has the move Whirlpool for 3 water energies. It deals 100 damage. And then it literally does what Grapple Lock does. This is so good. Switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Your opponent chooses the new active Pokemon. It's literally Grapple Locked, but so much better. Because you know what you can do then? Is you can just force them out. They can't attack with that Pokemon. And then if you have Cyrus, Empoleon Cyrus is chef's kiss, you guys. This thing would be crazy. Well, we're guaranteed to get 5 more EX Pokemon, I think, in the mini set. So yeah, Cyrus and Empoleon are looking like peanut butter and jelly. The opponent will need some milk after this. That is for sure. Well, again, Rampardos deals damage to itself if it knocks out the Pokemon, if you're talking about Torterra, and it's not a grass type. There is no Erica. The fact that it is a grass type dealing that much damage, and it has access to Erica, is superior. It is what it is. Also, Rampardos is weak to grass. Yeah, I was thinking that, but I think forcing the switch is actually like, it goes hand in hand with the move Whirlpool, like you're spitting them out. You're spinning them out of the active spot onto their bench. Yeah, so this art style is actually the official Pokemon. Like, I think, like, obviously it's an artist, but this was an official Pokemon illustration for some sort of set. So that's why the illustrator is credited to Pokemon. I forgot the credit. Let me go back real quick to the Torterra. Lynert. Shout out to them. This is an amazing art piece. I really like it. But yeah, the Empoleon and the Torterra, two EX Pokemon that I really hope we get, you guys. How do we feel about the two starter Pokemon EXs? Which one is your favorite? Let me see in the chat. Let me see the E's for Empoleon, and let me see T's for Torterra. Just E's and T's. Just ET, phone and home, guys. All right, there's a lot. Looks like it's Empoleon, though. Okay, with that being said, a question that I got a lot of. Everyone was asking, Lucario this, Lucario that. We all love Lucario. We love the full art Lucario. That's what they're called now. We love the full art. We love the ability, but we really want an EX. So introducing Lucario EX, you guys. I know, calm down, take a seat. This is crazy. 140 HP. Stage 1 seems respectable. 2 attacks, low sweep deals 40 damage for a fighting and colorless energy. However, Aura Sphere is where it's at. For 2 fighting energy and a colorless energy, you deal 80 and you deal 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. It's Empoleon, but it's in an EX form. So like, I think it's better. I literally took Empoleon's ability, or not ability, but move, and put it for Lucario EX, and it feels incredibly good for this Pokemon, because guess what, guys? Lucario EX means you can have a regular full art, aka fart Lucario. You can have a Lucario fart on your bench. And if you have that on your bench, Aura Sphere is dealing 100 damage. The opponent's active Pokemon, still going to be 30 to their bench, because the power-up ability doesn't boost any bench damage. It doesn't do any of that. So like Hitmonlee doesn't get a boost, right? So you could deal 100 damage onto their active Pokemon and then 30 onto their bench. Guess what? Cyrus them, pivot them out, do it again. It's actually so good, I think, personally. However, you're only ever going to be able to boost it up once. You're not going to get 2 baby Lucarios on the bench because you could only have max copy of 2 Riolus in your deck. And this needs a Riolu to evolve from. So you could only ever have 1 other baby Lucario, which I think is pretty cool. Double Lucas, baby. Double Lucas. What do we think of the Lucario? Oh, you guys think this is way too strong? I think this is perfectly fine. Feels a little underpowered. I can see that. I can see that. That's why the idea is it pairs up with the baby Lucario. Baby Luca, if you will. We need a Riolu EX. If we did, we couldn't evolve into Lucario because we have a Pikachu EX, and Pikachu EX cannot evolve into Raichu. Remove low sweep? Well, why would I do that? Leave that attack there. I think that's pretty good because then on curve, so check this out. If you have a Luca on bench, low sweep is 60 damage. If you don't, it's 40 damage, and then the following turn, it's 80. So you're effectively doing 120 with Lucario in 2 turns. It feels pretty good. I think it's pretty good. For a stage 1, that I'm a little biased, but I hear what you guys are saying. That's what I'm saying. Being able to ramp low sweep into Aura Sphere is so good. Heck, you can go crazy. You can low sweep 40 damage, following turn Sabrina, pivot it back, deal the 80 damage, and then put that 30 onto that low swept Pokemon. So now this new active Pokemon has 80 damage, and the one that just had 40 has another 30 on it. So you just put on, what is that? That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. You put 150 damage on the board across 2 turns. Yeah, you choose. You choose the Pokemon. This is great. I'm glad we're all on the same boat here. Okay, so we have the 2 starters that were neglected in the Space-Time Smackdown. We have the Lucario EX that we were all begging for. Now I think it's time for the mascot Pokemon of the pack. We have Palkia, we have Dialga. I think we're getting Giratina, guys. However, I think we're getting a Dragon-type Giratina. Oh my god. I know, I told you guys to grab a seat, grab a double seat. This thing is about to go crazy. And before you start roasting me, let me explain. Okay, Giratina is a dragon type, which means no weakness, 150 HP, okay? And it has an ability, Renegade Pulse. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent can't use any item, supporter, or tool cards from their hand. I know. You're thinking, oh my god, that's busted. That's crazy. You're forgetting a couple things, guys. The retreat cost of this Pokemon is 3. It is 150 HP. Yes, it has no weakness, but if it goes down, that's 2 price points to your opponent. Okay, let me finish. On top of that, it requires 4 energy, 2 of which is Grass and Psychic to do 90 damage. So like at most, this is just a control variant, right? But I can see why people don't agree and this is a little too busted. I think this might be a little busted. as well. Maybe changing Renegade Pulse, having no players be able to use item supporters or tool cards might be a little bit better. But that's what I'm saying. You can play this on turn 1, but you can't ramp. Like there's nothing you can do. You have to hope you don't get bricked in the energy zone. And then if you retreat, you retreat. They can just Cyrus you and knock you out. That's 2 points. They win. It's one of those EX Pokemon. And I know we've seen this before. We've seen this in the mini sets. We've seen this in the actual sets where we look at a card, we read a card, and we're like, oh my God, this card's going to be so busted. And then it actually isn't that great. It's like, it's super mid. So I think this is that card. I think this card reads very strongly, but genuinely, I think it would be kind of mid. It'd be so mid. Even if I changed it to say no players can use any of these cards. I just think having Giratina, aka Giratina, have some sort of control variant would be pretty good. It would force people to play differently. Oh, you're not gonna go double Pokeball, Professor Oak turn 1. Sorry, Giratina right there. We need ramp for no, exactly. So I think as wild of an ability as I have given this card, and I hear you guys, I just genuinely think in my chaotic brain that it's somewhat balanced. So you can't use supporters, you can't use tool cards, you can't use item cards. Essentially, I could have just said no trainer cards, but I don't think they refer to trainer cards at all in the Pokemon TCG. It has too big of an advantage. I don't know. I don't think it does. I don't think it does. We'll see though. I wish there was a way to play these cards in our own like custom game just to see how cracked they would be. Be our own beta testers. But there you guys have it. This insane damage and retreat cost does make it more balanced, but I think this would just have a negative effect on the meta. I can see that. I can see that for sure. There would have to be another card that countered this in some sort of capacity, right? There would have to be another card that we talked about earlier, like Empoleon using Whirlpool and saying get out of the active spot, and then you can start playing for 3 energy. So it's not entirely broken. Like I created all 5 of these with the idea that they interact with each other in some sort of capacity, right? Even though it is a stage 2, because this effect, Renegade Pulse, only works if it's in the active spot. I'm a Gengar EX like player. I love that card. Giratina is a ghost type. I thought, you know, maybe it would make sense. Also, the official TCG has some sort of ability that seems similar, except it's an effect from the move. Let's hear some counters. Well, it's a dragon type. No dragons have any weaknesses in the game, guys. So another idea of Giratina here is you use it as a frontliner and you get to build up your bench. And unless they have things like the Empoleon or Grapplock, you're safe to build up your bench. This effectively helps stall decks, but you're almost never playing the energy. You're almost always just letting this thing go down or eventually retreating with a leaf or X speed, but your opponent can just Cyrus and get 2 points on the board for free. So it's like there's a lot of value, but it also, I feel like, hurts the player who plays it if there is, like, in my head, there is no proper way to play this type of card. Right? Giratina Mars. Counter would be an ability to play trainer cards from your deck directly and not your hand. That'd be interesting. That'd be a little spicy. Yo, what's up, Spectra? Welcome on in. It's essentially a stall card, yeah, because they can't draw cards exactly. All right, guys, that's 4 cards. That is 4 cards, okay? Now, for the final card, I want to go back to this. I want to go back to right here and talk about some of the cards that we've already seen. And this is kind of what they do in Pokemon Pocket. So if we go here, actually, let me go all the way over here. Okay. So Genetic Apex, if you guys remember, for the final card, this was my idea. A lot of you have been saying Arceus. A lot have been saying a lot of things. But if we go here and we scroll all the way down, I believe, right? Where is it? Here it is. They gave us a mythical Mew. Granted, it is an immersive, which is amazing. And from that, we also got a Mew EX, you guys. Okay, I think I went too fast. We got a Mew EX. So in my headcanon, the only mythical, well, 2, we actually have 2 mythicals. We have Manaphy here, but I think we could all agree that this Manaphy is actually perfectly fine the way it is. And I don't think anyone wants a Fion here, right? Instead, Shaymin. They gave us a Shaymin, which is a great card, great for healing. However, what about the Skyform? Introducing my final EX speculation card. Shaymin EX, baby. Colorless Skyform. 120 HP, okay? An ability and a move. The Mega Kick is 2 colorless energy for 50 damage. This thing is weak to lightning because it is a flying, right? It's Sky form. It retreats for 1, okay? Sky Return, I need it. If you guys don't need it, I need it, okay? Giratina says you can't play any of your cards. You can't play your professors, You can't do any of that. Oh no, I can't play the game. Introducing Sky Return right here. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 5 cards. Free mulligan. It has to be onto your bench. Tell me I didn't cook you guys. We already have a healing ability with the landform. This is a mulligan draw effect. If you start with this, it sucks 100% because you get no ability. You get nothing. Maybe there's a supporter card that bounces this back to your hand and then you could like replay it. You could have 2 Shaymin EXs that you can use. So you put something like Regigigas in the active spot and then you put Shaymin onto your bench, shuffle your hand. After you play your hand, right? You get all the cards you want. Shuffle, do it again, do it again. It's actually kind of cracked. But what do we think about the Shaymin, guys? Give us a budding adventure for him? Something. We would need something. I think it's pretty cool. This one's good. It all works. It all works together. Coda's right. We need it. We need the budding. Don't give him ideas too late. We're already here. But it's a gamble card. After you play it, you got to protect it because it's 50 damage. Well, it's on your bench. So like you only get that effect on your bench. If you're playing this onto your active spot, you're just giving your opponent 2 free points. If they Giovanni Pikachu EX you, you're dead. So like the idea is you play this, help you get your cards that you need. So maybe chat taught Shaymin EX, right? Potentially, I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. This is effectively very strong. Instead of this Shaymin in Charizard EX decks, we might even start seeing this one. You see what I'm saying? But there you guys have it. What do we think of all 5 of these EX Pokemon? Let me know in the comments down below which ones are your favorite. Let me know if ones are a little bit too broken. I don't know. I had a ton of fun. I love this stuff, dude. I love doing this stuff. And I think you guys know this. I'm going to keep doing it for every set. But there you guys have it. Personally, Shaymin EX and Giratina. Absolutely my favorite. Because they just reshape things. They just, hey, you want a Misty turn 1? No, you can't do that. Sorry. Listen, if they're not going to fix Misty, I'm going to fix Misty. And there you guys have it. Thank you so much for watching my custom cards speculation corner video for the mini set after Spacetime Smackdown in Pokemon Pocket. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like the video, consider subscribing for more quality Pokemon Pocket content. And with that, we're going to wrap things up. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.